Good morning, everyone. We are learning Mishna Yoma, Perek Gimel, Chapter 3, Mishna Tes, Mishna 9. Okay, so we're continuing now with what the Kohen Gadol was doing in his white clothing. But the first thing, yesterday's Mishnah, we discussed what he did with his cow. Now it says, Baloi la Mizrach Hazara. The Kohen Gadol then went to the east of the courtyard, Litzvain HaMizbeach, to the northern side of the Mizbeach, meaning the northern half, towards the northern half of the altar, which means in the northern half of the courtyard. Meaning so he went to the east of the courtyard, but in the northern half, which is really, you call it Litzvain HaMizbeach, the north of the Mizbeach, because it was the area that was in the area of the northern half of the Mizbeach of the altar. But he wasn't near the Mizbeach. He was realized, we'll see, he really was at a distance from that. Actually, I'll show you the picture right now. Oh, well, let me read further. Haskan miyaminoi. Now, this is the Kohen Gadol. Haskan miyaminoi, the deputy Kohen Gadol, is to the right of the Kohen Gadol. V'reish beisav mismoiloi, the head of the family is at his left. As we learned before, the Kohanim were divided up into 24 groups, and these 24 groups would serve a week at a time. And when the group was there, each day was divided amongst the family, and each family had a head. So whoever was the family that was doing the service on Yom Kippur, meaning they did whatever the Kohen Gadol didn't do, they did, and the head of that family was to the left of the Kohen Gadol. The Sham Shnei Seirim, and over there, where he went to, were two goats. Now, these two goats it was going to be decided which one of these goats would be a chatas, a sin offering, and which one would go la'azazel, which one would be taken to be pushed off a cliff. Now, so the Mishnah said, the Mishnah is saying these two goats, where were they when the Kohen Gadol approached them? They were to the east of the courtyard, north of the Mizbeach. So I'll try to show you in the picture here. So in this picture, you can see all the way here, there's these two dots next to that break in the wall. Those are supposed to represent the two goats. The two goats are in the eastern side of the courtyard. They're going to be in the northern half of that courtyard. And they were right by what was called Shar Nicanor, the gate of Nicanor, which was the entrance on the east. They had to be on the north because the chatos, the sin offering, falls into the category of kachim kachim, or the most holy karbanos, sacrifices. And that has to be, and anything done with those have to be done in the northern part of the altar. Now, although the northern half of the courtyard, which, as you see in the picture, it crosses over. That's the northern half of the altar. Now, although we mentioned yesterday that the bull of the Kohen Gadol was in between the altar and the antechamber, I could show you that picture here again. You can see it in that shaded area. That's between the Mizbeach, the altar, and the antechamber, the ulam. The goats weren't brought there, and the notes that bring down that the note cites that the reason was because we were afraid they might defecate near the altar. I'm assuming, my understanding is that there was a greater concern that they would do that than the bull, but that was the concern, and therefore they were not brought to that area until they had to be slaughtered. But right now they're not there. Right now they're really on the most eastern side of the courtyard. Now, what's going to be happening, excuse me, at this point is that it's going to be decided, or it's going to be determined which goat is going to be the chatas sin offering, which one is going to be la'azazel, to be taken out, to be pushed off the cliff. So the kalfi ha'isasham, there was a box there, uva shnei garelis, and in this box there were two lots. Shel eshkayra hayu. They were made of eshkara wood, these lots. This eshkara wood was a very fine wood, very of a superior quality. Va'asa ben Gamla Shalzav, the son of Gamla, referring to the Kohen Gadol, whose name was Yehoshua ben Gamla, that when he became Kohen Gadol, he decided to make those lots. He turned, instead of it being made out of wood, it was made out of gold. And the sages would mention him for praise for doing so. Now, right now, we don't know what these lots say on them, what they're about, but it was through these lots that they determined which goat is going to go for what. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful Shabbos.